Hey YouTube, my name is Sven, welcome to the Metal Foundry. In this first video of the year I had the idea originally to make a newbie video on how I would record guitars on a computer. Just for the general viewers who don't really have experience so far in recording their own guitar tracks on computer and so on. Before I wanted to make this video, I was listing up the potential plugins that I could use, and that made me realize that I've never really tried the plugins by Neural DSP, and Neural DSP have launched a new plugin, signature pack of John Petrucci a couple of weeks ago, and for that occasion, since I've never really tried it, I wanted to install it, and I thought I would make a good video to show you, my first experience, my first point of view, my first opinion about those plugins. I have now the plugin open on my desktop, and I'm using the standalone version so I can just waltz with you through the user interface and discover it at the same time with me. So without further ado, let's dig in. So I'm now sitting here at my MacBook, and as you can see right here, and I've now the user interface open on my screen. Apparently there are 4 different amplifiers. The first one over here is a acoustic amplifier. Then you have a clean channel, overdriven channel, and a lead channel, if I'm not mistaken. Then, of course, over here we have your input, your gate, transpose function. Transpose is a bit like when you want to tune your guitar down without having to tune your guitar down immediately. It's like a whammy pedal or a drop pedal. So there's this function. You have the input mode, which is mono or stereo, but I'm only using the mono version, the mono mode. I am recording everything directly through my Audient ID14 interface, which is the Mark II version, and I'm using the Schecter Hellraiser Solo II that you know from one of my first videos, so I will use that guitar to make the demonstration. There is a doubler in here. The doubler is like you're playing 2 guitars at the same time, with a little bit of time difference between the 2. Then you have your general output, and you have some presets. Down here you can switch, as I said, between the amps. There is also a metronome, there is a tuner, and there is a MIDI mapping, so you can program different parameters and presets. And if you have a MIDI pedal, you can also use that MIDI pedal to control your interface, to control your plugin. Let's go out of there and let's check now on top. First impression so far is this is a really nice user interface. You can really see why this thing costs, and I will show you a whopping €149. That's a lot of money for a plugin, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue discovering this whole plugin. On top we have your signal chain, and the first part you have here is a signature wah pedal for Mr. Petrucci himself. Then you have a compressor. Then you have your everything that goes in front of the amplifier, which is an overdrive, a phaser, a chorus, and a flanger. And then, of course, the amps themselves. You have the possibility to change the microphones over here, and you have the possibility to change the position and the distance from the speaker center and so on. There is a room mic. There is a second microphone available if you want. And then if you go further, there's some extra equalization and a volume pedal. Wow. And we have the time-based effects, which are the chorus, a delay, and a reverb. So far looking very complete. I'm very curious how this will sound. So let's just grab the guitar, and I will start with the clean tones because that is what I use the least. So I want to get that one out of the way immediately. Sorry. Good. Let's go to the normal view. I'm using it in the default function. Standard, the doubler is on. I have switched it off for now. Nice. Sounds very cool so far. I hear there's some delay in there and some reverb, shimmer. Let's check what this does. Don't hear that much. A bit more. Ah, it's not switched on. Huh. Nope. Wow. Nice. Let's go to a single coil. Needs a bit more punch. A little bit more level. Cool. Now let's go. Let's switch everything off. I don't need the delay. I don't need the reverb. Let's switch to cool. Let's switch the doubler on now. Not bad. Now go to the lead channel. Oh, sorry. I have to go back. I forgot one function. There is apparently a mid boost over here, so I'm curious if there's a lot of difference. And a byte function. Woo! More gain! Hell yeah! So the byte function is already adding in some extra gain already, so you don't really need an extra boost, but it's still nice to have More gain because the only right amount of gain is more gain. Hell yeah. Okay, now let's check the lead channel, and there is a soar and a normal soar. There's a soar function, so I'm curious what that's doing. So the soar function seems to add some more high mids or cuts them away when I switch it off. Sounds a lot darker when I switch it off, at least. I'm curious about the presets that are in here. There are a lot of them. Okay, Kiko Loureiro, Per Nilsson, Architects, Nolly, Bolivia. There are some from Factory. Cool. Let's check something else. I want some more lead kind of thing. I want some more lead sound. I want to add some extra delay. Stereo lead. Oh yeah, okay. So, as a final conclusion, given the completeness, the looks of the package, the looks of the user interface, the functionality that the whole system has, the functionalities of the program and the plugin, I really understand why they ask 149 euros, but still a lot of money. It's the wrong comparison, but I'm still comparing it with buying my Boss GT8 for 400 euros and almost double the price of this. You can have a lot more functionalities in there. So it's steep money. 149 euros is a lot of money for a plugin. In my opinion, I don't have really much experience with plugins so far. I'm sure there are a lot of plugins that are much more expensive, but it remains a piece of software. My Boss GT8, for example, is already more than 10 years old, but I'm still using it and it's still working. And I cannot really imagine if you're having a plugin, for example, or if even I have real amplifiers over here, so my real Mesa Boogie and a real Black Star and so on, they still work. And in 10 years they will still work if I'm lucky. But in 10 years this program will not work anymore, because either the software is out of date, or there's no more updates available, or even the next Mac OS number whatsoever will not even support this anymore. So that's why I'm always a bit reluctant of spending that much money on software. I've used to pay a lot of money for games and for my PC in the past. I still have them, but I don't play them anymore because they're not compatible anymore. And that's exactly what I don't really like about plugins so far. That's why I'm a bit reluctant of spending so much money for a plugin. That's just my 2 cents. I completely understand the use of it. It's a very fun way to play guitar. It's very cool to have all these functionalities and all these effects. And it gives you more creativity, more access to sounds that you would never think of making if you don't have access to the effects. So, positive point, yeah, it's cool to discover some new sounds that you would otherwise not make if you don't have the gear. It's cool to own the sound, to buy the sound that you otherwise would not achieve, especially with the other Neural DSP plugins of the Fortin suite and so on, the Fortin amplifiers, because buying a Fortin is very expensive, and if you don't have the money, you can buy the sound of the amplifier, or at least what they want to be the sound of the amplifier, for a lot less money, and you can still record and using those sounds and recording your own tracks and have some fun with it at least. But yeah, I'm not sure if I would spend the money on that one. This is just my 2 cents. The internet is free. Everybody's entitled to his own opinion. But it's cool, but not necessarily for me. I had a lot of fun with it, don't get me wrong. But at this point in time, I'm not ready yet to spend that amount of money on this kind of plugin. I'm not really there yet. Let's put it like that. I'm not really there yet. So, but hey. That's all for me this week. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like the content I'm creating on this channel and you want to help me grow my channel, please subscribe and click the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video, which will be every single week. My name is Sven, and you've been watching the Metal Foundry. See you. Bye-bye.